Hey UConn Nation, it's KK Arnold here. If you're looking for the latest UConn women's basketball content, go subscribe to Listen Up to Phil and Ryan. Go Huskies!
Phil and Rye back on Listen Up after another UConn Huskies W in the books, advancing to the Big East Finals after their semifinal win today against Marquette. We witnessed greatness on both sides of the ball today, but some injury updates before the game started. Amari DeBerry, not really a surprise. She was yet again unavailable, remained out for today's game, and maybe a little bit of surprise, but also probably not really. Aaliyah Edwards also out today on the bench, but not available to play in today's game. So the Huskies only left with just seven, the minimum available players you need to play a game, just seven available players today. But Mohegan Sun was absolutely rocking today. It even felt like more UConn fans were at this game than they were for yesterday's game, and maybe possibly even more, hopefully for tomorrow's final, for tomorrow night's final. But a nice give and go for Paige, got UConn on the board first. Marquette started out a little slow, which was expected with the amount of Husky fans in attendance today. But UConn just only had a 7 point lead despite dominating the entire quarter. But Paige Bueckers was absolutely all over the place in today's game, especially in the first half, getting buckets, running the floor. She even got a block, still leads the team in that category. But foul trouble, of course, was going to be an extra stress point today, and KK picked up her third foul in the second quarter. Kaden Samuels had to come in and finish the quarter out, but pretty efficient first half on offense for UConn. Paige playing a little bit more down in the paint and just one rebound away from a double-double at the half. Huskies lead by 11 at the break, and Ice Brady, I had to bring her up today. Thought she did an amazing job filling in for Aaliyah Edwards, just like we expected. The UConn doing a good job of getting her more involved, I would say, in the third quarter. But again, it was almost just all Paige Bueckers today from an offensive standpoint. 21 points at the end of the third, including a buzzer beater three. But I think almost even more impressive was the defensive effort today from the UConn Huskies. Great communication continued from yesterday, not really allowing Marquette to get any easy looks or any looks at all. Golden Eagles only shooting 3 of 16 from deep in the third quarter. Very uncharacteristic from them. And again, Paige Bueckers in the defense today really willed UConn to victory. It might have been mostly Paige Bueckers on offense, but the team effort on defense was really incredible to watch. And in fact, it was so good that Marquette did not score a single point on offense in the fourth quarter. They only had 9 points in the whole second half. And the Golden Eagles fall to UConn today, 58-29 final score. And like I said, UConn advances to their fourth straight Big East final.
Wow. 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 It feels like that I'm in another world all of a sudden, with the doubters, the haters. I thought about for a second, man, because I always switch it up sometimes and put the picture of you and I, our Listen Up logo on the back of the wall here for the backdrop on this podcast. And it's weird, right? Because a couple of days ago, I thought to myself, this team right here needs everybody, a team effort, basketball. And I thought to myself, Ryan, but things are looking so up and so positive all of a sudden that I'm not even going to put a hand on that picture behind me, right? I'm just going to let it there. I hope it doesn't fall off the wall. I hope nothing dramatic happens to it. I'm not going to touch that picture right now. Okay. That's going to stay up there until the foreseeable future, right? And I don't know if you can feel it, but it just feels different. And I'm sitting here like maybe this sounds too cocky. I hope not on our behalf on this podcast. Boy, would I love to see now this team. Obviously, we can't forget the word team, but Paige Bueckers going up against Caitlin Clark just about right now. LSU, Angel Reese just about right now. Because again, now let's make sure, remind ourselves, I hope this is not some kind of a great spell cast upon us just for this Big East tournament, right? If you know what I mean. Because again, if this trend continues, what kind of mindset? I mean, good God, not only points, but you're talking about, again, I just, it just feels different all of a sudden because you look at the trending post and it's just like Paige Bueckers leaves the court, not before signing some autographs, though, you know? Paige Bueckers went off today in the semifinal game. We haven't really seen this, Ryan. So what do you make of this? Because all regular season, she's been good, obviously, but now it's just like a whole different level. And you just hope that this is not coming a little too early because we do. I know damn well you know what I'm talking about. We do have a lot of basketball left.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of just to be expected. When the playoffs heat up, you expect your best players to kind of go on to another level. That Paige Bueckers postseason form to really go into full effect, and we definitely saw that today. And of course, I think obviously with Aaliyah Edwards out, unfortunately, it's kind of just to be expected that Paige Bueckers has to do a little bit more on offense, trying to just be more selfish and get more shots for herself, which definitely worked out today. But I think, even more surprising than Paige just dominating the whole entire game today and leading the charge on offense for UConn. Like I said, it was just the defense from UConn. And I think, just Marquette to hold them to under 30 points for the whole entire game. I believe they're 12th in the entire country in terms of 3-point percentage. And again, today shot 15%, 3 of 20. So it kind of just is really unbelievable, not only today, but the other two meetings against Marquette, UConn just blowing the Golden Eagles out of the water. And absolutely dominating them from a defensive perspective today, just not allowing them to get anything, which is gonna have what's gonna happen for every single team they play going forward. It's gonna have to be the defense that steps up, and it's gonna have to be Paige leading the charge on offense for all these games moving forward.
I'm glad you pointed it out. How many times do you see it's even a great team like the Huskies, 0 points in the fourth quarter? 0 points in the fourth quarter from Marquette. It's just it's kind of amazing when you wrap your mind around that. I don't know how that's even possible, really. I mean that is, and without Aaliyah Edwards down there, that oh my. I mean Ryan, looking at the post right now, I don't know what makes me smile more right now. Obviously, I love the win, but hey, when you look at this, Ryan, credit Megan Caffrey for this post. Paige Bueckers is just genuinely one of the best human beings you'll ever meet. She is always so generous with her time. Her team just won their semifinal game. She's getting rushed to go back to the locker room after interviews, and she makes it a point to stop with fans. Ryan, she's signing the back of kids' jerseys. I don't know what's making me smile more. What fills my heart with so much joy more? Is it the way she's performing right now, or what she does interacting with these fans? It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's definitely always good to see, and I think that goes for the whole UConn Huskies team. I think Gino really recruits all, down to earth, good kids and good women down to the core. So, that's always good to see, not only from Paige, but I think from everybody. And I think that just goes to show, from a deeper standpoint about the fan base, showing up today. Of course, it is in Connecticut, but like Maggie Vanoni said, it kind of felt like 95% of UConn fans. So I think that just goes to show the fan base coming out and supporting the team. So it's nice to see the players recognizing, how important this fan base really is to them.
It feels good. And you're not guilty of this, but people are, and they know who they are from them calling me different names as far as, why are you only supporting Paige Bueckers so much? And, why do you have a picture of her hanging up? Look, man, this is what I envisioned. And if they don't like it, that's too bad. This is what I envisioned. And I'm starting to be proven right again. It feels really good. Let me tell you that. But again, I'm not going to go off of my word It's still a long shot. I get it. But man, all of a sudden, through the ESPN profile videos, from the season-ending injuries that she has suffered from the coming back from the injuries, from all of the rehab, from the videos that we've seen posted up of her rehabbing, this is what I envision, and what else is there to say, Ryan? I mean, if this carries on, this UConn WBBY 90, whoever this person is, Paige Bueckers having fun playing basketball, scary hours for the haters. Yeah, I mean, Ryan, that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's starting to get scary if this continues. All right. Let's go ahead and get into some comments, and then I will let you enjoy that nice feast. That feast on the menu. I can't wait to hear what you have. Jason D'Amico, anyone still think not cultivating Amari DeBerry was a good idea? She doesn't have to be great, only solid. Yes, she is concussed now, but odds are she could have played and made a difference in games to come. We all have taken Aaliyah for granted that she will be out there day in, day out. What an amazing player in person. At this point, I'm just hoping our players don't injure themselves the rest of the season. Any injury now will stop them from playing next year. We are in very dangerous territory. Good recap, fellas. Peace. I will say this, Ryan. It's not that dangerous. If it, like Gino said, it's not like we're asking Paige Bueckers to go out there and stack cinder blocks like my grandfather or father did. And you love that quote that night sitting in the press conference, didn't you? It's not like that, but it's still hard. We get it, to go out there and score, especially when you have teams getting physical. But Ryan, if she continues this and then gets help alongside of that, oh my.
What I think about Amari DeBerry, today's game really, I think, proves the point we were trying to make about how important everybody on this roster is. Because if Ice Brady would have gotten in foul trouble today, UConn, or if Ice Brady fouls out, UConn would have had five guards out on the floor and no real center position, no real forward position out there to even play down low. So despite Amari, not getting a lot of opportunities, maybe not looking the best when she does get those opportunities on the floor, but just to have her available would have been, a huge, kind of just sigh of relief. Even for today's game, because like I said, they were one player away from not even being able to play in today's game. So, it does set in a little bit of a panic mode when Ice does get a couple fouls. But like we say, hopefully Aaliyah is able to play tomorrow. But even more importantly, hopefully she's able to play in the NCAA tournament.
Robert James says Providence played dirty AF. Well, you know what the AF is, Ryan. I can't say that on here, but just saying. Well, I have breaking news for him, Ryan, and let me know if you agree with these two things. A lot more teams coming with, I don't know if I want to say dirty play. It's kind of disrespectful, but you know what I mean. They're coming, but can UConn survive that, And because let me tell you, this might be taking it too far. Do you think teams are willing to have some of their players sit in late in the third or the fourth as far as fouls, the opposing team? You think some of the top players are willing to foul out just to get that physical with UConn?
Yeah, and I think it's just a kind of a thing that we expect, to really just come to whoever plays UConn. I think that has to be some of the team's mentality, is just to play physical against UConn, and it's certainly one of the keys to success for an opponent that plays UConn this season, given their situation with all the injured players. So it's not a bad game plan. Whether you think it, at some points maybe it might be crossing the line in some people's opinion, but I think Providence is one of those teams. I think Paige said it after the game that of course, they just played them a week ago, so they were kind of already expecting it to be a very physical game, and I think UConn handled that pretty well yesterday.
All right, Ryan. Final score again, 29 points, really. 58-29 final. Ryan, I will see you. Hopefully, we're celebrating a Big East championship soon, right? And I will see you tomorrow night, I guess. Is that right?
Yeah, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, I believe.
Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. All right. And we appreciate everyone. We have reached 1.86 thousand subs. Hey, let's get that number. Do us a favor. Let's get that number to 1.87. Maybe we can have a big box of t-shirts, Ryan, coming in this summer, and maybe do some giveaways. Let's keep the sub count rolling up. And please like the video. It goes a long way. Phil and Rye on Listen Up.